All right. Today we are going to continue with chapter 1, that was commercial and non-commercial activities, and we'll start with the comparison between commercial and non-commercial activities. I hope you all by know what do you mean by commercial activities and non-commercial activities. So we'll start with the distinction. Now, when you have to make a distinction between both of them, it is very important that you have to make it in a tabular form, the way it is shown to you. Now we need to write the basis of distinction. That means on basis of what are we trying to distinguish between both of them. Now the first basis of distinction is objective. What is the objective of commercial activities and how it is different from a non-commercial activity? The objective of commercial activity is basically to earn living and acquire wealth. That means we are undertaking, engaging ourselves in different activities with the motive to earn money, to earn a living or acquire wealth. Whereas in case of non-commercial activities, we are engaging in activities to satisfy social, religious, culture and sentimental requirements, needs, not to earn money. Second point is expectations. What are we expecting from these activities? In case of commercial activities, we are expecting money. We are expecting money income. Whereas in case of non-commercial activities, we are not expecting money income. Third point of distinction is relationship. Now, what is the relation between money, income or wealth and the activity? There is a direct relation between money, income and wealth with the commercial activities, whereas in case of non-commercial activities, income and wealth is not related. We are not concerned to that we should get money or we should get income. We are only concerned with our psychological or sentiments requirement. Okay. Next is measurement of outcome. What do we want? What result do we want when we are doing a commercial activity, when we are engaging in commercial activity? We want money in case of commercial activities. The result is that we are expecting money. We want money to come out as an outcome. Whereas in case of non-commercial activities, result we don't want money. It cannot be measured in terms of money. Then is logic. What is the logic behind engaging in commercial activity? The logic is very clear. The logic is very rational. We want money. We are very clear about it, that we are guided by a rational consideration. Whereas in case of non-commercial activity, we are guided by sentiments and emotion without any regard to sacrifice or something. We just want that we should satisfy our social, religious, cultural sentiments and emotions. Now you can see the types or examples of them. The commercial activities are of 3 different types. It is business, profession, and employment. I'm going to explain all three of them in detail. Whereas in non-commercial activities, they can be family oriented, they can be religious, they can be social, they can be national or cultural. When I say family oriented, I hope you remember I had given you an example, a mother cooking food for her child. So that is what family oriented. When I say religious, this means a person going to temple or gurudwara or church for satisfying his religious needs. Okay, then I talk about social. That means you are donating some money for the welfare of the people. You are donating money for example, right now you have the Prime Minister Relief Fund. I hope you all are aware of that. Yes. So nowadays what they are saying that you donate money to the Prime Minister Relief Fund for the welfare of the people who are sick. So that is what? That is a social requirement, a social need. Okay, and then is national. Sometimes we are donating blood for the army people. We are doing something for the nation. That is for satisfying your patriotic needs or patriotic requirement. Yes, Ashutosh, 1 minute. Yes, you can unmute yourself, Ashutosh. Now, the next topic is types of economic activity or types of commercial activities. We have already done what is commercial activity. Commercial activities are also known as economic activity. Yes, Vedant, you had a doubt? Unmute yourself.
Ma'am, can I employee be a professional, ma'am?
Yes, it can be. I'm going to discuss about that only. If you have any queries, you can discuss with me or ask me your queries after I complete this topic. I think your doubts will be cleared after I complete this. Okay, Ashutosh, you have any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, all right.
Ma'am,
Yes?
Vedant, can you be softer?
All right. We'll start with this types of economic activities or types of commercial activities. Now, economic activities are also known as occupations. Okay. I hope you all are you aware what is occupation with this word. Okay. Now, economic activities are of three types. You can see the tree given here. First is business, then is profession, and then is employment. Now, you can see they have given you examples of business. Business can be in trade, it can be banking, it can be insurance, it can be transportation, it can be advertising. You can see the examples of profession. Profession means medical, medical means doctors, legal means lawyers, and then we have chartered accountants, then we have company secretaries, then we have lawyers, doctors, engineers, all of them will come under profession. Then you can see employment. Employment are manager, clerk, salesperson. So these are the examples or types of business, profession, and employment. Now we are going to do them in detail one by one. Now, what is business? The first type of commercial activity, business. Now, you can see business will include all those economic activities which are concerned with production and exchange of goods and services with the objective of earning profits through satisfaction of human wants. Now, you have to be very clear that business is an economic activity which will involve production. Remember, I told you producing goods and services? And exchange of goods and services means giving you goods and getting money in return of that. And the main motive of business is to earn profit after satisfying the customers or human wants. All right. Now you have to understand that every organization which is running a business is known as a business enterprise or a business firm. Similarly, a person who's running a business is known as what? A businessman. You can see examples of business activities, any factory, any shop, your bank, your shop of a dry cleaner, shop of a tailor, insurance company, warehouse. All these are examples of business. Yes, Vedant.
Ma'am, what is warehouse?
Warehouse is a place where you keep the goods. When the goods are produced, immediately they are not sold in the market. Do you agree with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So till that time, where will you keep the goods? We have a warehouse where we keep the goods which are not sold. We keep the goods in the warehouse, and when the customer demands, we take the goods from the warehouse and give it to the shops.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
In other words, you can say a go down. Have you heard about this word, go down?
Yes, ma'am.
So warehouse is you can say a bigger version of a go down. All right. Big
Thank you, ma'am.
normally have warehouse.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Now, business is regarded as an economic activity. Why? What is the reason why business is regarded as an economic activity? The same reasons, the same feature which we had for economic activity. The first one is the main objective of business is to sell goods and services for profit. Basically, we are selling goods and services, and what is the main motive? It is profit. Second point, it is similar to economic activity, the characteristic of economic activity. Business activities require use of scarce resources. Scarce resources means land, labor, and raw material and capital. All right, we have done it in the characteristics of economic activity that we are engaging into economic activity by using capital, labor, raw material, and land. Similarly, in business also, since it's economic activity, we are using all these resources to run our business. Then the third point, business is an economic activity because it satisfies the needs of business by generating income. That means by generating money, profit. And he wants to do it for whom? He wants to do it for himself and for his family, and also for the society by making goods and services available to the people in the society. Are you clear with what is the business, why business is known as economic activity? All right. Now, the second type of commercial activity is a profession. I'm very hopeful that you all are familiar with this word, profession. Profession means an occupation which involves application of specialized knowledge and skills to earn a living. When I say an occupation which involves application of specialized knowledge, this means that for the person who is involved in a profession, he needs to have a specialized knowledge. For example, if you are a doctor, if in profession you are a doctor, you need to have some special knowledge for becoming a doctor. You need to have special skills to become a doctor. Anybody cannot become a doctor. So specialized knowledge, you need to have specialized knowledge, and you need to have specialized skills or training to earn your living. Now, the people who are doing this profession, who are involved in the profession, are known as professionals, and these people render personal services of some specialized nature. That means a special nature. For example, I repeating the same thing. A doctor is giving you a special service. He's treating you, and that job is of specialized nature. And he is doing it for what? He's doing to get fees. He's doing it, and he gets fees for that. Clear? Examples you can see: medicine. In the profession of medicines, we have doctors. In the profession of chartered accountants, we have chartered accounting profession, we have chartered accountants. In the profession of law, we have lawyers. Okay, then in profession of engineering, we have engineers. So all these are whom? They all are professionals in their field. Are you clear with it?
Ma'am, I have a doubt in this
Yes,
case.
yes.
Ma'am, so the people like journalists or reporters, in which field do they go in?
They are into the media.
Media. So it does not come in any of the three.
No, it will. No, it will come. If you see, that will come into the third type. If you are a journalist or a media person, you are working under a company, then you are employer for that company. If you are running your own profession, you earn running your own one, then it depends. You are having your own business, then you are a businessman. But if you're working under somebody, you are an employer.
So it depends.
So it depends. Yes, I'm coming to that. Once we complete all three of them, I'll come to that also.
Thank you.
Huh. Now we come to the features of profession. Now, what are the features of profession? You can see I have listed down the features of profession. First is specialized body of knowledge. Every profession has some specialized body of knowledge. That means a person who wants to pursue a particular profession has to gain that knowledge. Okay, so for example, to become a doctor, you have to study medicine. To become an engineer, you have to study the field of your physics, chemistry, and engineering degree. Correct? Second is formal training. A profession provides facilities for formal education and training to those who want to acquire professional qualification. Again, simple example of a doctor. If you want to become a doctor, there has to be a formal education. That means you either have to do MBBS or you have to do MD or MS. Okay, and you also need to get yourself trained under a senior doctor or under a hospital. Yes, so you need to have special education for entering into a profession, and also you need to have a training regarding that. Similarly, if you want to become a chartered accountant, you need to clear the degree of accounts. You need to clear the exams of chartered accountant. Plus, you also need to have a training under a senior chartered accountant. All right. Next, we have restricted entry. You have to remember that in a profession, anyone cannot enter into this profession. You have to qualify, you have to pass a specific exam for that profession. Anybody cannot become a lawyer. To enter into the profession of lawyer, you have to pass the exam of law. Okay, so it is very important that anybody who wants to enter into any particular profession has to clear the exam related to that profession. Next we have is professional association. Now every profession has its own association. Now what is an association? Association is basically a statutory body and the membership is essential. Association basically lays down the code of conduct for that profession. It gives the certificate of practice. It formulates and enforces the laws and other things related to that profession. Simple example again, if you are a doctor and if you want to open your clinic. Okay, now if you want to open your clinic, first thing is you have to get yourself registered under a Association of Medicine. That is, you have to get yourself registered under Medical Council of India. Now, after you become a member of Medical Council of India, they will give you a certificate to open your clinic. They will give you a certificate to practice as a doctor. So professional associations have the they normally regulate all the policies related to a profession. Are you clear? All right. Next is service motive. In every profession, the main motive is to serve the society. The main motive is to serve their clients and then to gain economic, rather than economic gains. Basically, in business, our main motive was to earn profit. Okay, here in profession, our main motive is to first serve our clients and then to expect money in return or fees in return. And the last one is code of conduct. Professional activities, basically they are regulated by a code of conduct. As I just told you, that when you become a part of the professional association, the association prescribes some code of conduct for its member. Every person who is a member of this association has to follow the rules and regulation, the code of conduct laid down by the association. Are you clear? Are you clear? All right. Now, that is employment. Yes, Vedant.
Ma'am,
Yes. Yes, Vedant. Third type of economic activity, that is employment. Now, what do you mean by employment? This means an economic activity where people work for other in exchange for some remuneration. That means people are working for others in exchange of some remuneration. Remuneration means your wages and salary. For example, simple example is a person who works for the other is known as an employee, and the person who hires the other person is known as an employer. I'll give you a simple example. A teacher teaching in school. Now, a teacher teaching in school, the school is the employer, the second one, and the teacher is the employee. Okay, so the teacher is working for whom? The teacher is working for the school, and in return, what is she getting? She's getting a salary for that. Okay, now that salary is known as remuneration. So the remuneration is normally given by the employer to the employee. Now, what do you mean by wages? Any idea? Anybody knows what you mean? Yes, Vedant, what do you mean?
And this like money similarly
Ma'am.
to salary.
ma'am, wages can, in other words, ma'am, it is salary, ma'am, or
Yeah,
fee that one gets.
wages is basically for the unskilled or semi-skilled people. They are on daily basis. Salaries are fixed. They are given monthly. Okay, so wages are given to the labor or unskilled people or semi-skilled people, and salaries for the skilled employees. All right, now when I say that teacher teaching in a school, now in this school will be the employer, teacher is a employee, and for giving her services, what is she getting? She will get salary. Now you have to understand that the employee works according to what the employer says. The employee has to work according to the terms and conditions of employment. All right, now the employer can be a government department, it can be a private department. Now, I think one of you were just asking me that can a doctor work in a government hospital or in that? Yes, definitely, under employment. Now, if the doctor has opened up his own clinic and is giving medicine service to the people and charging fees for that, that is known as profession. But if a doctor is working under a hospital as an employee, that means the doctor is employed by the hospital, and for that he will get a salary. Are you clear? Are you clear? Yes. Yes, Vedant.
Ma'am, is there a difference between an employer and a boss, ma'am? Because what you said, ma'am, it just sounded like he may be a boss.
Yes, it is a similar thing only, almost similar thing. A boss is your senior, he's your employer who will gives you instruction, who tells you how to, who guides you how to do a job. All right. Now another example, I'm giving you a lawyer as a law officer in a bank. Now the lawyer, The lawyer, if he opens up his own office and he's giving the legal advice to his clients and charging a fees for that, that will be profession. But if a lawyer is working as a law officer in a bank, he'll be getting salary for that. So that is employment. Are you clear?
Yes,
Excuse
ma'am.
me, ma'am.
Yes.
I have a doubt between wages and salary. I didn't understand that.
Salary is given to skilled people. That means people who are working in an organization, and salary is fixed. You get it regularly. Wages are for semi-skilled or unskilled people. That means the labor class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, and wages are on the daily basis. That is not fixed. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, can I proceed to the next topic?
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Ma'am, does code of conduct apply for this employment category as well, or it is just for the professional category?
Code of conduct is for the professional. For employment, we have terms and conditions of the employment. We have a agreement. We
So
have
what is
an
the
oral
difference?
agreement between the employer and employee. That is a different agreement. Code of conduct is for the profession.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, even I have a doubt.
Yes.
Ma'am, does the code of conduct depend upon the type of association, or it?
Yes, it depends upon the type of a profession. See, every profession says the first code of conduct is that they have to service to their client. Okay, and after that, they should expect a fees for that. That is the main objective of a profession. Now, a doctor will have a different code of conduct. Engineers will have different code of conduct. Lawyers, chartered accountant, all of them have a different code of conduct, which is prescribed by their association.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes.
What is code of conduct? Can you explain it again?
Code of conduct is basically the set of rules and regulations set up by the association, and the members of it has to follow. Okay, they are set of prescribed regulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so should I proceed to the next topic? All right. Now our next topic is difference between business, profession, and employment. Now just have a look. We have basis of distinction, and then we have difference between these three. This is important. In your textbook, there are too many differences given. There are about 11 differences given. You can learn any 6 differences. Now just have a look. The first one is the basis of distinction, objective. Just have a look here. Business, the main objective is to earn profit. In case of profession, the main objective is to render service for economic gains. Economic gains means they in return, they will get fees for that. In case of an employment, the main objective is to earn wages or salary. Next, we come to minimum qualification. In case of business, no qualifications are required to start a business. As such, no qualifications have been given. In case of profession, minimum education qualifications are important to enter a profession. That means if you want to become a doctor, the minimum qualification is MBBS. In case you want to become an engineer, the minimum qualification is BE. So for every profession, minimum educational specialized qualification is important. In case of employment, it depends upon your job. The qualification depends upon the job. If you are employed as a teacher in the school, so you need to have a degree of a teacher. That means you need to be a B.Ed. Okay. If you are into some other employment, you have to be qualified depending upon the requirement of the job. All right. Next we have is nature of work. What kind of work do we do in these types of activities? In case of business, we are involved into production, sales, and exchange of goods and services. In case of profession, we are providing specialized service. That means, for example, again, for a doctor, specialized services, serving the patients, treating the patients. In case of a lawyer, giving a legal advice to the customer, to his clients. So this is the nature of work of a profession. In case of employment, the work is assigned by the employer. The employee has to work according to what the employer says. All right. Next is status. What is the status of each and every person? In case of business, the businessman himself is his own master. He's the one who will decide how to run a business. He's the one who will invest. He's the one who will make profits and bear the loss also. So he is the master of himself. He is the one who's doing everything. In case of profession, a professional has to work as per the guidelines prescribed by the association, as we have just discussed. Okay. Then employment. Under the employment, an employee work for his employer, and he has to follow the instructions or guidelines given by his employer. Okay, for simple example, if there's an employee who's working in the office, he has to work according to what his employer is saying, what his senior is telling him to do. Now, the next point of distinction is reward. In business, the result is profit, but profit is uncertain. We are not sure whether the business will earn profit or loss. So it is uncertain. In case of profession, the professional gets a fees for it, and the fees is certain. That means if he's rendering service, he will definitely get fees, and it is flexible. Flexible means the fees can be changed as per the requirement of the professional. If he wants to increase the fees, he can do so. Then in case of an employment, wages or salaries, the salaries are fixed and they are regular. That means we get salary every month. Okay, and wages are also, they can be fixed or they can vary, but wages are on the daily basis. Last point is risk and uncertainty. In business, the risk is very high. The highest risk is in business. In profession, there's almost no risk. Similarly, in case of employment, there is no risk. So the maximum risk which is involved, it is in business. Are you all clear?
Ma'am, doubt.
Yes.